Yes, hi guys. Welcome to Mighty Profits Online. I'm back again with another video edition. A lot of you guys like to see the training and stuff that I do on my bulletin board here, or my whiteboard. So if you guys are new, just hit the subscribe button and get my updates to my new videos, my trainings, and everything that deals with online blogging, tips, tutorials directly from me. For those of you who don't know or are new to the channel, my name is Peter, and for those who are already subscriber, welcome back. In this edition, I want to bring to you guys a video besides answering the emails that you guys have for me, concern addressing of some of the questions that are lately going out there. And for those who are viewing, like who's understanding, trying to get a little bit of insider and trying to develop their own online blogging business, congratulations to you for taking the first step, okay, to achieving that success and that milestone. This is something that's not easy, but today's topic I'm going to go into that's really important, which is the mind or the mindset. Also actually have it on the board right here. So the mind, also known as the brain, okay, which is really important. It ties back to what defines us. Everybody's unique, everybody's different. The mind, it's like your memory sensors. The mind programs everything. It's like a computer. You have the memory, you have the processing, you got everything in between. So the mind is really important. How we train our minds to think is very important too. When we see something in life, or we approach something, we look at something, our mind already processes and tells us what are we already looking at, or what are we observing, touching, the feel, going back to the five sensories. The mind can be trained. If you don't train your mind, after 4 or 5 years, 10 years down the road, the mind, it's going to get weak. And if you don't keep your mind updated with trainings, reading the news, doing active stuff, and also the exercise to help the body and the mind, so it's going to deteriorate. So if you don't use it, they have a term saying, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So we want to try to get the best of the brain or the mind, okay? And in this edition, I want to talk about the mindset. Why is the mindset so important, and why do we have to talk about this subject? Because the thing about the mind is, a lot of what we do on our online business, it doesn't have to be blogging, it can be anything else in between. Whatever it is that you have a passion for, you got to train your mind or the mindset to follow. So if you don't really have an interest, or you don't have a key to what you're doing, the chances of success is going to be very minimal. But if you love what you're doing and you put your mind to it, and you do it with passion and effort, like how I'm filming these videos for you guys, the mind, you're going to eventually, over time, you're going to overcome everything in between, the obstacles, the fears, the power, like, going to it's the same thing like when you're working at a full-time job. It's the same thing. When you go out there, you don't want to wake up, but because you need the money, you have to wake up. You tell your mind and your body, and you're telling your mind, I gotta wake up, I gotta go there, I gotta work that 8-10 hour shift today, I gotta bring home that money so I can pay the bills. So it's the same concept here. So this mind here, what we do online, from this day forward, I want you guys to be thinking to yourself, set your goals. What do you want? How much money you want to make? So the money is a factor. Okay? But besides the money, you got to train your brain to think, how much time and effort does it take? So timing is also key. Timing, you don't want to waste, because time is precious. Okay? When you waste time, you're actually wasting so many things that you don't know. Okay, so this word timing, I'm going to go more into it, but right now I'm just going to touch base on it. Time is everything. Okay, it's everything in between. So why is timing so important? Think about it this way. If you have the time, let's say you're going to put in 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours part-time into doing your online business. Some of you guys are already doing the full-time job. So let's go full-time, which is okay. There's no problem with working a full-time job. I've done that too as well before I even actually see any results. So I did the full-time job, make sure it's secure, that money, that when I start doing the part-time on the blogging, so the blogging adds in, and the money part-time that I'm making equivalent, it goes back to the rule. If you hit double or more than what you're actually making, then you have a good chance and to say that, you know what, I can quit my full-time job. But another saying is that for me, the theory is this way: earn double what you do online, then that's when you quit your full-time job, because now you have a stable income. So the word stable is going to be up to mine here. So you want to earn a stable living, okay? You don't want to be like, oh, you know what, I'm making like $5,000 a month on my full-time job. Now I'm doing an online business and I'm only making $2,000, and all of a sudden I just quit my job, and then now I'm losing $3,000. So I don't want you guys to be on that boat. I want you guys to, it's like any business out there. You gotta treat it like a business, but you have to make business decisions. Everything, you gotta tweak it. Not everything is perfect. So again, going back to that product that I was explaining about in my earlier videos, this product is just a product, but you have to give it time to grow. You got to promote it, you got to advertise it. So having said that, when you're advertising it, it takes time. So in the long run, you have to notice that you're going to be wasting a little bit of time to promote it and stuff, so to get it lifted. But once it's lifted, people know about it, and then the products will just sell itself. And that's what I'm talking about, passive income. See, that's one thing that you can't do at your daytime job, your full-time job. Like, what I'm trying to emphasize is that you want to make money while you're sleeping, not just like you have to physically be there. You know, sometimes in our life, like, we're gonna get older eventually. I'm gonna get older, you're gonna get older. We want money to work for us. We're not working hard physically for the money. So this is where I'm getting to you at. So for those of you who have that interest in that route, no problem. For those of you who are more strategic thinking, like, you can still keep your full-time job. It doesn't matter. You still have an income. But once you have that success online, that you're making double, you can move forward to that. So enough with that topic there. But we're going to go back to the mind again. So when we see something, we approach something, let's say I'm reading a news from a newspaper, for example, our minds already kind of, before looking at the topic or the subject, our mind's already wondering, and it's already calculating, like, it's already have a little, like, its own decision, so to speak. And we already have our little own opinions on it already. So not even reading the whole script of the newspaper. Why is that? Why do we have an opinion already when we're not even emphasizing yet? See, this is where I'm trying to get at. You got to train your mind to work. Like, let's say if you want to start an online business, you got to train your mind to think positive. You can't just think like negative. Oh no, this is going to happen, X, Y, Z. I'm going to be losing money. Can't be thinking in that sense. If you want to move forward in life, you got to think in a forward, upright position. So you got to keep growing with it. It's like a growth. You know, you got to keep improving yourself. You know, update yourself with technology, your speeches in your videos, so to speak. So the mind is really important. But one more thing about the mind is that even though if you're sleeping, in your sleep, the mind is still working. It's not sleeping with you. Because if the brain or the mind is sleeping, then the brain is dead. Our bodies, we're sleeping, we're closing our eyes, but the brain is still in contact. It's still working. It's still there, but it's working slowly. Just like one of the movies that I really grow up enjoy watching is RoboCop. RoboCop, a lot of us know about that movie. It's a sci-fi movie, but it tells a lot of stories. A dystopian movie. You know, the cop goes out there and he's trying to save somebody, and in that crime he got shot, and they shot him many times. So they took the body of Murphy. He took it back to the lab, and to the doctor, and then they took everything apart, but the brain was still intact. So everything, the body, everything was wasted, but the brain was still there. And then he happens to bring him into this robotic form, which is really crazy. So if you think about it, so that's how powerful the brain is. And even think about Apple too. Think about Steve Jobs. He's sitting in his home, in his garage, and he can come up with a product. So imagine how crazy the brain is, and not just to mention too. So that's a little insider tips. So the mind, whatever you train it from this word forward, you want to think also about your brand too. So again, having said that, going back to the business card that you produced it in the other video that I showed you, everything that you do is professional image, from the business card to your website, your free ebook. Even though it's free, but you got to treat it like it's a product, because whatever you give to somebody, make sure it's descriptive, make sure it's down to the point, make sure it's relevant. But I'm going to go into another video with that subject as well, because there's so many things to talk about. I can't just cover it in one actual short frame of work, but you guys are going to catch it in my other exciting updated videos with that tutorial about how to write your free ebook. So for those who are new, also I want to touch up is that when you provide something free, in my last video it says the same thing. I'm just kind of touch up on it right now. When you provide something, a product for free, it's not necessary you're saying, oh, you know what, this is free, but you're actually advertising your brand with it. So on the long run, you're actually going to be making sales out of this quality product that you produced and you put hard work and labor into. Okay, so that's something to think about. So before I want to end this video with you guys, so just think about some of the stuff that I talked about. If you have any questions, feel free to email or comment. No problem to answer your questions, your emails. Also, my website is coming up, although I know down below it keeps saying coming soon, but it's going to be up and running. I'm just going to tweak it a little bit, touch it up a little bit for you guys. But also for those of you who wants to know how to create your website, how to get your email list and start your marketing thing going on, I'm also going to be doing a video on that as well. Maybe a more in-depth video a little bit to show you guys how to start your own, because if you don't have a product, if you don't have a website, you don't have an email list, all of the stuff that I just mentioned to you, and all the labor you put into it is eventually it's going to go down the drain. It's going to go to waste, and everything that you write, all the blogs. So we don't want that to happen. We want to make a profit. Okay, and that's one of the things that I want to incorporate for you guys. So if you like this video, just hit the like and subscribe button, and also for future updates, anything that's coming directly from me. So having said that, enjoy your time, think about the subject and what I just said, and any comments, feel free to leave them below, and have a fantastic day, and see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.